Welcome back to the Cisco Live studio here at Cisco Live in Barcelona. Had a great talk just now about cloud and the modern workspace, but now we're going to change gears a little bit, I suppose, or maybe go up a tier, because we're going to be talking about architecture, or how to architect your various networks. And the term multi-domain has been floating around a lot at Cisco Live this week, so we're going to dig a little bit deeper into what that actually means. So I've got Prashant Shenoy here today. He's Vice President of Marketing for Networking and Developer Platforms at Cisco. Thanks so much for being here, Prashant.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So let's launch straight into the questions, because I think everyone's curious.
Yep.
Multi-domain, what is it? Is it an extension of intent-based networking? How should our viewers at home understand it?
So, put simply, most of the organizations are trying to get their users and their devices to connect to applications on any cloud, right? So, and there are various domains or parts of the infrastructure that come into being to make that connection happen. So at a broad level, multi-domain incorporates all of networking, all of security, and all of the application in a cloud environment. But from a networking perspective, there are domains within networking too, right? Whether it's the branch domain, the access, the wide area network, data center heading into public cloud. So you can say that, yes, it is an extension of our intent-based networking strategy to connect all these different parts of networking from user to application together and make them work in a simple, consistent, secure manner.
So is there a particular reason why you wouldn't then just put everything onto a single fabric?
Absolutely. But see, most of our customers are in this phased approach, right? So each of the domain have their own requirement. The access domain needs to connect these users and devices to the outside world. The wide area network needs to connect all these branch offices to the multi-cloud world. So each of the domains themselves need to be automated, have the right kind of security policies and the right analytics and intelligence. But then they need to work together to have one single system. So of course, that's the architectural approach, to make them work seamlessly as one integrated system while providing the flexibility and control to manage each domain independently based on how the IT operations team is structured.
So it's about having that end-to-end interoperability, but still the flexibility to manage each domain according to its requirements.
There you go.
Awesome. And I'm glad you mentioned programmability or automation.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, AI and machine learning are being built into a lot of Cisco products these days. How does this help inform our vision, I suppose, of the multi-domain architecture?
A key part of our strategy has been how can we leverage the power of data from a networking perspective, security and application perspective to provide this critical insights to our customers, right? Whether it's around business insights, how their businesses are performing or applications are performing, IT insights, how their networks are performing, or security insights. So one of the key areas where we use machine learning and AI was in the concept of security to detect malware and encrypted traffic without having to decrypt the traffic, so providing security while privacy. And we do this by understanding traffic patterns and applying machine learning technology. Now we are putting that for network operations. How can I use data within the network and things connected to the network to understand what is normal for your environment? So we can focus on just the alerts that matter to you and help you simplify your operations drastically. So you'll see us getting more and more machine learning and AI capability brought into this world for better IT operations, better security, and better application experience.
Awesome, and I suppose a lot of customers are probably thinking to themselves, okay, how do I actually get started with this?
Yeah.
So how important is timing when it comes to deploying or looking at implementing a multi-domain architecture?
As with everything, timing is always critical, right? So, but we always tell our customers, have a phased approach, right? Like the walk, run, fly. Try to start off with each individual domains, and what we found most of our customers really find value is through our assurance capability, right? Like it drastically helps them with day two operations for monitoring and troubleshooting. So start off with a few use cases which has very specific business outcomes in one particular domain, and then you have controllers for each domains that once you have them up and running, you can then make them talk together, right? So start off individual domains, start with small sites, start off with base automation and assurance to extract value and provide that business outcome, and then expand your capabilities within each domain and then stitch domains together.
So the key takeaway is to not jump feet first into the cold water until you've learned to swim a little bit first. And that's exactly what I recommend to my customers as well, that assurance is one of those easy use cases. It's a quick win. You can start getting benefit from it straight away.
Yeah.
And what would you tell customers if they wanted to learn more? How can they inform themselves about multi-domain architecture and how it applies to their organization?
Absolutely. Since we are here at Cisco Live, I mean, this is a beautiful world of solutions, and we have a lot of demos, particularly talking about how we are stitching the world of access WAN, data center, public cloud environments together from an automation, security, policy perspective. So I encourage people who are here to take a look at our world of solution and attend breakout sessions that talk about multi-domain architecture. And for people who are online listening to us, go to cisco.com/go/IBN, stands for intent-based networking, and you'll see a focus on multi-domain architectures and what are the business benefits and architectural design principles we have for that.
Awesome. And since we've got a little bit of extra time, what kind of technology is underpinning? So which customers which technologies would this be relevant for right now?
Right now, this is truly focused on networking and security predominantly, right? And the world of networking is very, very complex because of the hyper-connected world and the multi-cloud world, right? How do you re-architect network for this new world of mobile first, cloud first is a key priority for us. So that's the technology. Within that, obviously, there are controller-led architectures for access, WAN, data center, and public cloud. And for each of these environments, we have made sure that security is not an afterthought, but it's built in to provide that threat detection and threat protection and use the data and intelligence from these networking domains to provide better security. So that's our key focus area, but as we do that, at the end of the day, it's all about the applications, right? And it's all about the user experience for these applications. So that's the end goal for us, right? How can we make businesses create new business models and revenue streams by making these applications be securely accessed by any user, on any cloud, on any device, right? So that's the core focus for us.
Absolutely, perfect. So you've heard it here, multi-domain architecture is definitely a way to go for the future. If you want to learn more, there's going to be a lot of great sessions available on ciscolive.com. But now we're going to continue our focus on enterprise networking. We're going to look a little bit deeper into wireless technologies because there's a lot of development happening in that area as well. You may have heard the term Wi-Fi 6 floating around. Let's look into that a little bit deeper. But first, thank you, Prashanth, for being here today. But I think we're going to head over to Nish, who is out on the show floor for a Wi-Fi 6 demo.
I am, thank you, David. So I'm here in the world of solutions, really excited to learn a bit more about Wi-Fi 6, 5G, how the two play together. And to do that, I'm here with friend Nihao. So hey, Fred, how are you?
Hello, Nish, how are you?
Yeah, good to see you here.
Yeah.
So you're a bit of an industry legend from what I've heard in the last minute or so. Tell me about your role with Wi-Fi 6.
Sure, certainly. Cisco got into Wi-Fi in 2000 with the acquisition of a company called Aeronet. I go to Wi-Fi all the way to 1994 when we took a barcode reader and a walkie-talkie and we went beep. And that started out for Hertz Rent-A-Car, car companies. Then Walmart said, could you make our registers wireless? It was Ethernet, right?
Yeah.
So we got new radios and we built the very first Wi-Fi radios. We call it wireless Ethernet, now it's called Wi-Fi.
And it's amazing to think how many people around the world today rely on the technology that you worked on so closely, right?
Exactly.
And
well,
it's congratulations on that.
Some folks call it Wi-Fi, depending upon where you're at, you know. But yes, so we're showing our brand new Wi-Fi 6 access points.
And what is Wi-Fi 6? It's evolved, right?
Wi-Fi 6 is a new generation of Wi-Fi. The first Wi-Fis were all called like 802.11 something, right?
Yeah.
Well, people got confused. They think LTE, 2G, 3G, 4G. So we decided the Wi-Fi Alliance that does the naming decided to call it Wi-Fi 6. And it's kind of funny because Wi-Fi 6 is everything you have in Wi-Fi 5. All of the things that make your experience faster, better. It's all about reduced latency and making sure that, like, you know, sometimes if you turn off Wi-Fi and you use some carrier, it might look faster, something. We fixed all of that. This is all about getting not only the fastest throughput, but no delay, no delay. Show me the screen right now.
And we've had a lot here at Cisco Live specifically around customer experience, right? And applications and the experience that consumers have with all these different brands and companies. So having a huge impact on that. Now you mentioned Wi-Fi 6 is faster. How much faster is Wi-Fi 6?
Well, here's how it is. It can be twice as fast, but it depends on how many clients. Right now, when you buy a phone, if you go get your latest, phone, it might have Wi-Fi 6 in it, right? but a lot of people's old laptops, the tablet you're holding may not be Wi-Fi 6.
Got it.
So when your network gets to at least 30% of Wi-Fi 6 clients, now look out. Now things are moving very, very fast, right?
Got it.
So go ahead.
Obviously speed is a huge one, right?
So speed is, but also latency, give it to me fast.
Yeah.
Don't make me ask for it second time, no retries. The best way to describe this in the most simplest terms, a bus pulls in, lots of cars. Traditional Wi-Fi, 1 or 2 people get in each car and the car goes off. Now when the bus pulls up, everybody gets in every car, totally stuffed, then the train goes. So the latency, the delays are gone. It's a big deal.
Got it. So for people here at the show, obviously, we've got technology that they can touch and feel and pick up. Tell me a bit about the Cisco portfolio that we have with Wi-Fi.
Today we have 4 series of access points. These 2 here, the first 2 were early to market releases. The next 2 have Cisco proprietary neat things in it. There's a special radio right here.
That's the orange?
That's the orange, it's called an RF ASIC. It is a special radio that when you're talking to clients, okay, the clients are talking to your AP. There are things that this special radio does. It pulls itself away so that the AP can work with the clients, but the special radio goes, is there any interference in the band? Is there any problems? Where are the other clients? It does all of that in the background so that you don't have to wait or delay while it's doing it. This is all about high efficiency, do it quick, do it fast.
Got it. And obviously this is all part of the 9100 range, right?
This is the 9100 portfolio.
So what's unique about this portfolio?
The big unique thing is the previous APs were called Aeronet APs. I'm an Aeronet guy for over 20 years. Cisco decided they're going to rename this Catalyst. And I'm jumping up, why Catalyst? What's wrong with Aeronet, right?
Yeah.
They're like, well, 2 things. We went to Pininfarina, the same people that make the Alfa Romero, and we said, design us something that looks really nice.
Well, that's a beautiful piece of technology you've got in your hand there.
Come out with something really nice, have something, so Pininfarina helped us design them, and then we're going to recall it Catalyst instead of Aeronet, because Catalyst is Cisco's very best name. The very best thing Cisco has is Catalyst. So put that name on your very best APs. Also make sure we were okay with all this, provided the quality's there. I don't want this thing to fail. I don't want to have a problem with this access point. I can throw it around. It won't fail. That's a big deal.
Fred, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have to head on over now. So let's take a look at this Wi-Fi 6 video. We can learn even more. Enjoy.
Continuing the conversation now on Wi-Fi 6, because once you've got that all deployed, all that shiny new Wi-Fi 6 networking, you're going to need to manage it somehow. So I want to shift our focus a little bit onto DNA assurance, and I want to start this segment off with a little customer story from my home country of Germany, actually. The supermarket chain Rewe, which is a large supermarket group in Germany, they have about 50 billion euros in revenue, 10,000 stores and like 300,000 employees. It's also where I do my weekly grocery shop. And they're a Cisco customer who took the journey towards DNA assurance, and they wanted to share a little bit about what their experience is like and what they got from it. So let's have a look at that video now, and I'll be right back to talk about it later.
To me, artificial intelligence is the way to handle the workloads of the future. My name is Florian Schröffel. I'm head of the department Basic Infrastructure and Services. REWE International is a food retailer in Central and Eastern Europe. We operate 5,000 stores in 11 countries.
Our internal customers expect the network simply to work. We implemented the Cisco DNA Center with assurance, including AI and network analytics. With personalized baselining, assurance learns how our network behaves and informs us only about the relevant issues. The time to resolve a ticket has been reduced dramatically because now you have all the information at your fingertips.
I'm one of 2 persons working in the wireless planning and operations team at REWE International. One cool thing about the Cisco DNA centers are the wireless sensors. We are using them to get a client-independent view of our network, so we can see trends and act accordingly. My favorite view is the client and network health overview. It allows me to look at a single store and how the network is performing there. One typical issue would be that a store manager calls me and tells that yesterday the network was not working. I now search for the client, open his 360 view and zoom into the relevant time, getting the root cause presented. Out of all the available information, Insights shows us only the important data points, which is extremely helpful. This is the biggest improvement for me. With Cisco DNA Center, I'm now able to see all areas of the network at a single point, which was not possible before.
The biggest improvement is relevancy. Now, with AI network analytics, we can focus on the important things.
My team has more time to focus on new projects and innovations. Cisco is our trusted partner since the mid-90s, and we want to go this way together.
What an interesting story there from the great customer of ours in Germany, REWE. DNA assurance is definitely the future. I see it time and time again in my customers, and you can see how REWE is using wireless sensors and AI to, I think he said there's 2 people in the wireless team covering 10,000 stores. I think that's a pretty impressive feat, to be honest. And they're using those technologies to resolve issues faster and instead focus on delivering new capabilities to their customers and to the group as a whole. If you're interested in speaking to one of Cisco's sales representatives about any of the new and exciting technologies that you're seeing here today, we've talked about a whole range of different technologies over the last couple of hours. Please go to cisco.com/go/sales to be connected to a relevant expert for you in your region, and you can have one-to-one conversations with them, with someone like me or Zane or some of the other guys that work in the account management team to find out more about the technologies that we have in store for you. That brings us to the end of our enterprise networking segment for today. We're going to be shifting focus to cloud, and after a couple of short messages, we'll be right back to look into that.